But let's address these opinionaires, man. So we're gonna go over that. We're gonna go over the opinionaires in the crypto market. When are you gonna sell? When are you not gonna sell? Hey, brick by brick, man, we here. And this is the last one. We're gonna, like I said, I know I said this last time, but anyway, we're gonna go live, man, and just go off the top real quick. I got some topics I want to hit on. But first and foremost, let me go ahead. No, hold up. Before I even get into it, let me play this. Let me play this clip real quick. Let me play this clip real quick. All right. Y'all seen this.
Everybody's got an opinion. We live in a world of opinionaires. You know, that's what I call them, opinionaires. They're all the shows, a bunch of guys, and a couple of them that have played, but most of them who have an opinion about what something should be when they haven't done it. Those who can't talk about, those who can. Those who have know what they're talking about. Those who haven't don't. Period.
He said, period.
Too much talking. Too much talking. Everybody got an opinion. Everybody's sitting around getting fat, you know, thinking they know how to do it. Just because you can sit behind a desk and chit chat doesn't mean you can do a damn thing.
Those are bars.
Come get up here with me. Let's find out. Come get in the gym with me. Let's find out.
I mean,
I don't know you, but you know, I can throw my hands. I can do all. I can sure do it. I can
Rolls Royce.
I can do it for real. I don't talk about it.
Well, let me leave
I'm
you
not
on
some
this.
skinny kid, you know, who never played a day in his life, and now he can get back at everybody because he got a mic in his face and show. People need to shut up. People need to shut up. Learn how to do something. Be actually good at something. Try that.
Hey, man. I'm here for Demon Time. I'm here for Demon Time Denzel. I'm here for Demon Time Denzel, man. And we also know he got a movie he's promoting. So let's just be real. Like the Spike Lee joint, I'm looking forward to that. I'm gonna see that. But let's talk about this clip right here. I understand what he's saying, and I agree with everything he said. I also am going to say that just because you didn't play basketball does not disqualify you from having opinions. So I want to make sure I preface this with that. My issue is, and shout out to the Laker Lounge, and shout out to Hova, and shout out to all the people I'm about to talk about and reference in these conversations that I've had on Twitter and in Playback Sports. Like, I am of the era where you gotta back up what you say. I am of the era where if you say some shit online, you better say it to their face. Or you gotta be able to back up what you're saying in their face. And if I see you in real life and you humble and meek and not on that same energy, then it's kind of like, and you know what I get all the time? You know what I get all the time is funny. Everyone every time says, damn, you're taller than I thought you were when I see people in real life. Every time. And I'm like, man, I'm from Tacoma, man. Like, this is the only way that we know how to be, which is like real. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I'm online and I'm saying some stuff, like, I'm gonna say that in real life. This is just how I talk. This is just what I think. This is what my opinions are, and I'm gonna try to back them up with something. So let me get into this conversation I just had with my man Hova. Shout out to Hova. I see you. Like, hopefully you watching this, and hey, comment too. Like, if you're watching on YouTube, comment on YouTube. Am I up on YouTube? I don't see oh, it's up there. Make sure I got the chat up so I can see if y'all want to tap in. And if you leave something on X, I might not get back to it till the end. I'll take some time at the end to cover comments. So, but let me get into this conversation that we had. I had a couple of interesting conversations yesterday. Let's see here. Let me bring this up. So me and Hova going back and forth. Okay. He says when it's MJ, y'all bring him. Can y'all see that? All right. When it's MJ, y'all bring up competition or lack thereof. When it's LeBron, you play who's in front of you. First of all, and call him a fraud. I'm like, bruh, like, it's kind of like with the LeBron thing. First and foremost, I'm off this, man. Like, LeBron's 41 years old. Why are we still even talking about him? First and foremost, like, we got all these jokers here. We got SGA. We got all these people, and for whatever reason, we still want to talk about the oldest nigga in the league, which is crazy to me. So anyway, of course, he said that. I post this. I'm sitting there like, yo, My man Hova had bronze shave for breakfast. He didn't even brush his teeth. Shout out to Fred. Fred said he didn't brush his teeth or brush his tongue. Woke up with Braun on your mind, huh? 4-6. All right, cool. That's an old narrative. So whatever, man. 10 finals. That ain't never gonna be done again. Going to 8 straight finals with 2 teams. I'll put that on everything. That if you're gonna when is that gonna happen again? I don't know. I don't know if we're gonna see that. It's only old because he ain't winning 6 years. I don't care, my nigga. Like, come on, bro. He got 4 and 22 seasons. All right, cool. What's the excuse for 18 other seasons? Anybody who's competed knows we always compete for a championship. But like, why is it like, I don't know, this is weird. Decade straight, a decade of finals straight. I said, son, that's funny. Find me someone else who will do that in the future and has done that in the past. 2 teams as well. Have fun. You know what I'm saying? So then I think, let me see if I got more on this. Yeah. So when we start, so this is the one I want to get to, losing. When we start celebrating losing, you're praising a guy getting there and not winning. I know what you are. First of all, you see who I am right now. I was just hooping this morning, giving niggas buckets. I'm 46, 47. I will give you buckets too. I've seen your game. I will eat you alive. Pause. Like, if you want to see me on the court, you will not be able to handle me in a 5-on-5 game because I just have too much IQ. I know how to use all my other players because I'm not going to go one-on-one with you. I'm going to beat you and get you off the court. That's what I'm going to do because I like to win. So first and foremost, like, that's number one. Like, I actually do this. So the argument here is you saying going to the finals, you consider losing. I consider going to the finals being a winner. So let's test it out on normal humans in competition, no matter the sport. It takes a lot of winning to go to the finals in anything. Chances are you've won more than you've lost. If you go to 10 straight finals, bro, you know how much that's, so actually, I said retweet this one, are you scared? So, and this isn't, I'm not trying to go at my man, but like we say some things, bro, when you guys get on Twitter, your fingers is stronger than your actual, you know what I mean? Like y'all ain't really like that, man. Like, let's do some qualifiers or something. Let's do the math. 3 times 4 wins equals 12 wins per playoffs. That means that you got to get 81 wins in the playoffs to go to that amount of finals. In the playoffs, bro. So like, that's a whole regular season of wins. Wins, not losses, just wins. You have to win every game. Like, that's a lot of playoff wins, bro. So I'm going to end on this, and I'm going to not spend much more time on this. If winning 81 playoff games doesn't make you a winner, we have different ideas of what winners are, man. Microwave Twitter Jen thinks you just get teleported to a finals. The narrative that LeBron is a loser because he's 4-6 in the finals is crazy. Or whatever he is in the finals. He's been to house so many, I forget. But like, there was a time, bro. Like, here's a quick story. There was a time where my children, my young boys, from the day they were born to the day that they were 8 years or 9 or 10 years old, the only thing they had seen for their whole entire life was LeBron in the finals. Think about that. From the day they entered, they were born to about 8 to 9 to 10 years old, 9 years old, 10 years old, the only thing that they knew was LeBron James in the finals. And they would see the dad just watching the finals, and it was always LeBron James, always the same guy for a whole decade, damn near. When are we going to see that again, man? I don't care how many you won or lost. You won a lot. So let's if you want to talk about his record stuff, cool. Like, I'm not saying you can't have an opinion. I'm not saying that right now. Don't put the words in my mouth. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is these narratives, man, that these like the MJ era made this happen, because when you watch the games, they like making excuses for him, and he's 3 for 18 or whatever, and they're like, oh well, he he's sick right now. And I'm like, bro, they do not talk like this. The commentators and analysts do not talk like this today. Like, they don't make this many excuses. Like, it was crazy watching these old games. But I know y'all don't watch the actual games. So I actually watch the games. When I'm watching the game, I'm focused on the game. I'm watching what's happening. I'm watching how they're reading the defenses. I'm watching how the coaches are responding. I'm watching I'm watching the actual basketball game. I love this game. It's the only game I've ever played for my whole life. I've played one sport, and it's basketball. So, like, I actually love this. Damn, there's a big ass spider over there. Sorry. That's crazy. So anyway, man, shout out to Hova. Appreciate the back and forth. We gonna have more. I'll have you on the show. Shit, might as well have you on the show. Let's go head up. Actually, or in the spaces, whatever. And to that point, I'm gonna talk about Curious Mike in a minute. But before that, we got Hendo. So this was in the chat on my X account, and Chris Henderson said this: "It's a lot of sports Twitter spaces that are terrible. I did about a month of touring some. They just as bad as what you think Clubhouse is. Half of the people hide behind cartoon avies, etc. You know they aren't trying to get seen. Caping for a loud and wrong in people is real. I'm good. I feel you. I feel you. But also, here's another thing I'm gonna say on that. I get it, and I agree. Like, say it with your chest. Put your name behind the. And I'll also say this: I don't go to these spaces to have. We get to in real hoop dialogue sometimes too. Like, Hoop Narrative is my space. That's my home space. That's not my space. It's my home space. Those are my guys. Shout out to Rome, Leo, Vic, Fred, who's working the P5 camp right now. P5 being Paulo, Seawall, Wall, Palinka. Those are all my guys. And so, like, and then also everybody else that's came into the Hoop Narrative family from that, you know what I'm saying? Like JID, Hova, who I was just talking about, like all these people. So just because I'm talking about these people doesn't mean that we not cool or whatever. Like, but we can have disagreements. We gonna get on each other's head and dome top paws like all the time. So I don't go to the spaces to talk like super duper high level hoops. I'm not. I'm there to engage and have some fun and laugh and joke and play hoop and talk about basketball. To be honest with you, sometimes it does get to those deeper levels, but for the most part, we all just love talking about the game, man. And so I understand it for what it is. And so while and then sometimes you might get into some topics that's like, damn. And yes, to Denzel's point, there's a lot of opinionaires out there. So let's test these opinions. Like, the difference between me and a lot of people is I have a lot of things to say about the game, but I have been a high school basketball coach. I've coached some college too, but I've been a head coach at the high school basketball. I've been on that sideline and tested out my theory of what I think would happen. And the shit didn't work sometimes. It humbles you. You know what I'm saying? So, like, that's where I'm coming from when I'm on this. Damn, I can't stop looking at this damn spider, bro. I want to kill it. So anyway, that's just what I want to get to. And I'm gonna be honest too. Another thing I want to stop doing is saying So if you see me saying all the time, from this time forward, I'm gonna stop trying to say that. But there's just a lot going on right now, man. A lot of voices, a lot of chatter. Here's another thing I want to talk about. NBC, man. NBC's going to MVP. A lot of people are excited about it. I'm not one of the people who's excited about the NBA going to NBC. Here's why. Because the last time NBA was on NBC was when they had, it was the Jordan era. And a lot of people, they play into that. So they got Jordan coming back. They doing the old ring, which I love the jingle and all that. My issue with that time frame, though, was NBC is another network. That network ain't playing. That network, bruh, that network is not for play. They're there for clicks. They're there for ratings. Hey, yeah, Spencer. Yeah, Spencer. Did you see it? Kill it. So anyway, I'm on my live. Anyway, so NBC, back to NBC. NBC, in my opinion, manufactures a lot of shit. And I have a problem with that. And I've been very vocal about that, even in the 90s. Even at that time, I was very vocal about it. So here's my issue. The bullshit's already popping up. Look at this. Look at this. So they come up with the schedule, right? And we got, let's see, here we go, right here. Rivals week, right? Rivals week. Rivals week. You see something wrong with this right here on Rivals week? Tuesday, Lakers in Denver. Thursday, Lakers and Clippers. Saturday, Lakers in Dallas. Do I need to say anything more? I understand what they're doing, but to not have the Lakers and the Celtics in the Rivals week tells me a lot about what y'all are on NBC. It's disgraceful, honestly, in my opinion. Like, I've watched this game for this long, and we all know the Lakers and the Celtics is the matchup. I don't care what the teams are. I don't care who's on the floor, and the players don't either. They know what time it is when you have the Lakers and Celtics playing. They know what time it is. And to not include that game in Rivals Week, to me, tells me everything I need to know about what y'all are on. I'm not saying those games that you chose are not heaters. They are. They're going to be dope. They're going to be fun. They're going to be entertaining. And I'd love to see the Lakers come on. I need that Lakers-Celtics game, bro, on Rivals Week. That's a miscue. It tells me where your guys' heads is at. You know what I mean? So we'll keep it moving from there. Not bad games, but y'all be on some other shit, man. So here's the last thing I'm gonna address on the basketball front, and then we'll get to the crypto markets. Michael Porter Jr., most entertaining podcast out right now, but the more clips I see from this man, hold on, let me go ahead and play this. Let me see.
Need to see a little bit about their like beliefs. So I'm not saying I'm a misogynist or anything, but I'll throw on some Andrew Tate and see how they react.
Yeah,
or I'll
like Andrew Tate from like 5 years ago.
Or I'll bring up like conversations and play like devil's advocate just to see how this girl like thinks about certain things. Because if they're too, I do like
you do it because you got to protect your time and energy.
Well,
that's
let
why,
me say
because
this. Like,
that's why I don't think it's a bad strategy where you have people slide in.
All right, man. Hold on a minute. First of all, so there's a meme going around with like, you know, podcasters being on some stuff, and then the other dudes in the podcast be like, yeah, all the yes men. Bro, if I'm sitting there, I'm like, bro, that's a wrong move. And if I'm on MPJ's team, man, I might end this series a little bit earlier. I'm not saying that he needs to stop saying what he's saying. I love what he's doing, and I love the things he's saying, and it's a great thing. And he's about to get off pause, and he's going to be scoring 25 plus a year. Book it, 25 plus average from Michael Porter Jr. this year. Easy, if he can stay healthy too. So make sure you stay healthy. But I just think that this is funny. I think it's great. He had the comment about the gambling too, and he's just being real. He's probably saying things almost a little too real sometimes. I'm not saying he needs to censor himself at all. I just think that this is a process of learning and being and talking and being in the spotlight and saying some things. I know a few things about that as a teacher and all these things. I've stood in front of a lot of classrooms. I've stood in front of a lot of people. I've spoken keynote speeches and done all the things. And I'm very vocal and opinionated on a lot of things. And I'm wrong a lot. And that's, you know, and you just got to learn how to live with that. And sometimes it is what it is, but man, it's a learning process. And I think you're going to look back on some of these and just laugh. So hopefully that's good. So let me take a break real quick and let y'all know, if you have been to bricktalk.net, go to our website, bricktalk.net. let's see, I'm gonna bring it up right here. So this is our website, Culture Sports Investing. J Dam is not with me today. J Dam is on vacation, same place I'm gonna be on next week and the next week after that. And then we're gonna go, we got the next we got T Wrench on here. Go back and watch the old joints. We had T Wrench. We've been talking about the crypto market back when Ethereum was like $1,800, $1,700. And now it's what, 40, it's tapping on 4,000. We gotta look at the charts. But we've been talking about all this all year. You know what I'm saying? And if you're interested in all of that, you're interested in the guests, we had dope guests on. We're gonna have even, man, if y'all see what's coming up next, you definitely want to make sure that people are tapping in because we got some dope guests coming up and some just interesting people coming up. So, you know what I'm saying? Tap into the brick. That's all I got. Let me see what else we got. Let me see what the chat's talking about. I'm going to go ahead and tap into the chat real quick and see if there's anything I need to address. Let's see if Hova's online. Hova, let's see what you got to say, bro. Let's see what Hova got to say. Come on, man. I ain't getting nothing back. Come on, Hova. I need you. Pause. I need you right now, Hova. So, oh, man. That's funny. Oh, wait a minute. We just had a trade. Breaking news. Oh, this is real too. Miami Heat have traded Haywood Highsmith and a 2032 second round pick to the Brooklyn Nets for a protected 2026 second round pick. Haywood Highsmith. Huh. That looked like Aaron Gordon to me. Eric Gordon. Anyway, that's what we got there. Let's look at the crypto market real quick before we get up out of here. And let's take a look at that. Ooh-wee. All right, so we just had a crazy week this week, man. Like it's been, let's go to the 7-day. Yeah, look at this. So we talked about this on the last episode. Bitcoin, we didn't know. Ethereum traditionally, actually this year has had, and we'll look at these in just a minute, but we're going into August, September, which in the last 2 to 3 years has been not the best times for crypto. Definitely last year, August was not good. And you see the volatility of Bitcoin this week, partially because we had CPI reports, or actually, no, we had, what else was it? I can't think of it off the top of my head. But there's some reports. I'll probably think of it because on the other podcast, I'm always talking about the markets and stuff. And so I'll probably think of it then. But either way, we had Bitcoin shoot up to an all-time high this week. Another all-time high. It's been hitting all-time highs all year long. Look, 124,210 for Bitcoin. And then it just dumped. You see it just dumped. And a lot of people got scared and spooked right here. And I'm just like, yo, yes, it's not going to just keep going up forever. It's going to consolidate. It's going to do some things. Look at the 1 month. So if you look at the 1 month, you can see here that, like we're just, hold on, go back to the 1 month. We had this dip right here, but a quote unquote dip to 112,000. And J Dam had been said this. He said, we're going to go up to 120 and then we're going to go to 110 or something like that. But yeah, anytime you have an all-time high, you got to correct off of that. So it's not just going to go up in a straight line. And look at for the year, bro. Like if you were buying Bitcoin back before the election, you were copping it at damn near half price. Less than half price. So, and then it just pumped election night. And then all of a sudden we hit all-time highs on election night. What was that? Yeah, somewhere in this area. November, boom, November 5th, right here. That's when I knew Orange Man. Also, I'm going to talk about that DC shit, that racist shit that the White House is posting. When my grandkids are alive and they look back on this time, they're going to know what time the grandpa was on. White House is on some bullshit. Some racist bullshit too at that. So it pumped on election night and it consolidated a little bit going into January, February, March. And then and you had the tariffs and he announced the tariffs in April. And then all of a sudden in the tariffs, you can see here around this time, Liberation Day, boom, goes down to 76,000. Hopefully you were buying then. We were telling y'all on this platform to buy. And then all of a sudden it just goes on a rip, man. The whole year it's just been going on a rip. So will it go up more is the question. And where is it going is the question. And when should I sell is the question. So let me bring up the rainbow band. This rainbow band allows you to see like what the price is doing. And if it's on this chart, if it's in the red, then it's probably time to get up out of here. If it's in the orange, and I'm going to show you a few different indicators that tell you like, and the reason why we look at Bitcoin is because it's the one, it's the main one. It's the one that everything else follows. So we'll talk about alt season in just a minute. But like right here, you can see we had the 21 bull run, and then it had a double top. We had a double top in the 21 bull run, 2021 bull run. And then what Bitcoin does is it halves every 4 years. And about 12 to 18 months after halving, it hits an all-time high. This is just what it's done, excuse me, since its inception, damn near. Halving in 2012, all-time high right here, way overpriced. Like that shit. Right there, you were buying it for 10 bucks, and you were selling at 1,000. That's crazy. And then you got a halving in the next 4 years, all-time high. Halving, all-time high. Actually, this was a double top. This is the first double top that we had in Bitcoin's history last bull run. This bull run's different. Why? Because there's institutions involved. So now you have, we're only here, bro. Like, so will we get up to the orange and red? I don't know. I don't see that happening, bro. I'm honestly, I really don't. But based on the rainbow chart, it could happen. We only got to the orange last time. I believe that we might only get to the green. Not even that. We might get to what? Man, it says still cheap. I don't know, bro. Like, yes, it's still cheap long term, but I just think so. We're still in accumulation phase according to the bubble chart. That's crazy to me. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. But one other thing to look at is, this is from Farside Investors. So Bitcoin ETF flow. So as you know, the ETF was actually approved in January 1 for Bitcoin. Now, if you're fading Bitcoin, all right, look at all of these companies. Look at all these companies. BlackRock, Fidelity, Bitwise, Ark Invest. These are the main, these are the majors. Van Eck, Grayscale. Like, these are the majors. BlackRock owns everything, bro. Like, they own everything. So these are the players in Bitcoin, and they are stacking, but they're doing more buys than they're not. So this is in the millions, 147 million on that one day, just from BlackRock. Just from BlackRock. 147 million, 157 million. These are the inflows. That means that people are investing. They're investing dollars into Bitcoin. 18.6. And then they have sell-offs on some days. And those are the days you're probably going to see, some corrections, because now we've never had investors in institutional investors in this space before. In digital assets, we've never had this much money coming in and out all the time. Pause. Like, so 41, 156, 360, 138, 111, like 523. So inflows yesterday was $523 million for just BlackRock. So, and that's not counting all these. So what am I looking at? Well, let's look at Ethereum ETFs. So Ethereum ETFs, you do have BlackRock involved as well. You have Fidelity. You got all the big names so far. And look at the inflows for that. So these are the Ethereum inflows. Look at how much it's picked up over the course of August. So when you look at August, like, and again, this did not exist last bull run. It did for Grayscale. Grayscale, we looked at Grayscale and what their inflows were because they were involved, but all of these were not. They were not involved. So this is a lot of money right here just flowing into one asset just for this bull run. And that's why I'm trying to tell people, like, this is probably there's only one first time that these people get involved. And that means I believe we're going to have a really crazy bull run, and it's just getting started. If we were innings, I would say we're in the third or fourth inning, in my opinion. If we were in innings, third or fourth inning, maybe the fifth to some people. It depends. And then we're going into the 6th, 7th, and 8th inning and 9th inning. That's where we're headed right now. So that's why it's like, if you're interested, buy, but like buy because you want to hold it for a while. And I would just say just buy Bitcoin. But I'll show you some other things if you want to be in some degenerate activity like myself. I'll show you some other things. I'll show you what I'm in. So 254. Look at August 11th, $639 million inflow just from look at 500. They're bidding on Ethereum big time right now, and I just think that you want to make sure you follow these inflows from the big players. And look, they're picking up. They're picking up for Fidelity too. Look at that. So that's a good way to understand and know, like, okay, well, there's money flowing in from the big players right now, so that must mean other people are following. Now, if I were looking at a safe play, XRP is one of them. Solana is another one. Notice there's only 3. There's only 3 on here right now for ETFs. ETF being that's when the big money's coming in, and as I just showed you. Reason why I'm spending time on this is because this is the big game that's going on right now. So Solana has no ETFs yet. None. Okay, so if I'm someone that's trying to make some money in this market, I'm personally going to look at, and I do have a bag of Solana, so I'm biased. I'm not pumping my own bags though. I'm not buying no more Solana. I got enough. I got enough for what I want. I'm on some more degenerate plays, but like, look at this. I'm just showing you what these ETFs are doing. I'm showing you what these ETFs are doing and how much money it is every day, 360 million a day. Like Ethereum, same thing. You got these people coming in and they're look at how much they're dropping. What do you think's going to happen? And why is this here? Okay, well, Solana ain't going to be in the $100 for much longer. I'll tell you that. Here's why. I'm always going to show you like the reason why I'm saying what I'm saying. So here's another story here. SEC delays Solana ETF decision to October despite growing market optimism. So the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, the SEC, has suspended discussions on a possible SOL ETF approval with the decision timeline extended to October 16th. You have basically, in other words, TLDR, you have till October 16th to get into your Solana position before it starts going nutty. And I don't think it's going to go nutty right when the ETF is approved. It might take a month or two. They're going to suppress the price so that all the major players can get it at a lesser price. They're not going to come in here and buy it for more than what you buying it for. The game is rigged, if you didn't know that already. So this is the first time in a lot of like that you're able to front run traditional financial institutions, and you can do it literally sitting on your couch on your phone. Like, this has not happened in history, in my opinion. Someone can tell me if I'm wrong, and yes, this is not financial advice, and you're going to lose all your money. So I'm not giving you I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just telling you what I'm watching and what I'm doing. I'm not just telling you this. I'm actually doing it too. SEC postpones. So October 16th, crypto analysts predict ETF approval despite current delays. So they're saying that they believe that this will happen. Solana's trading at 195, not anymore. I don't think. I think we haven't looked at the charts yet. Price remains 200. Let's look at the charts again. What are we trading at? Oh, this was one that said BTC parabolic. Crypto Joe thinks that it's near its end game. He could be right. And if you look at this, once it starts hitting 150, 140, I'm starting to scale out personally. That's what I'm doing. I'm not going to stick around for this. I've been here for the whole time. I'm not leaving altogether. Nope. I'm here forever. But when stuff starts getting overheated, we were talking about Ethereum. Bro, like back here. We were talking about Ethereum on this show. We started this show, this platform, me and J Dam started this platform back here. And we were telling y'all to buy down here. Ethereum. at 17, 1600, 1500. I was like, yeah, I own other degenerate plays that are a beta of Ethereum that move like Ethereum moves. So if Ethereum moves, this will move. But, you know, like now look where we at. I think we're close to an all-time high for Ethereum based on what I looked at on the ETFs. So there's that. What other platforms am I bullish on? Let's see. Do I got another one? The historical returns. I told you I was going to show you all that. This is the last one. I promise. So we looked at this last time and looking at the monthly returns for Bitcoin historically. This is the whole history of Bitcoin and the returns. We've had five green months in a row. We still have some time to go in this month. We're about halfway through August. This could be a red. It could be a red, in my opinion. It could also not be. No one knows. Because look at what happens in the bull market years. 2021, green. 2017, green. 2014 or 2013, 4 years, 13, green. Okay, so there's a good possibility and strong possibility we end in the green. But I'm going to tell you right now, we're definitely not going. I think September is going to be great. It's not going to be good for Bitcoin. That's my personal opinion. I could be super wrong, but I just think that September is historically a bad month for crypto, and that's what all the people I listen to say. And so if you are in that space, you might want to walk away. Now, if you're an Ethereum holder and that's your main thing and that's your main bag, August has been good for Ethereum. And August typically is good for Ethereum in the bull market years. 2021, 35%. 2017, 92%. That's crazy. So we might still have some room to run for ETH the rest of this month. I don't know, but whatever. And then when you look at September, it's a toss-up. I'm looking at the bull market years. That's the only thing I can compare it to because I want to compare it to something that's apples to apples. Negative 21, negative 12% in 2021, negative 21% in 2017 bull run. Now we're in 2025 bull run. And I just believe that it's still going to be fine, though, for October and November for ETH, in my opinion. And I believe that by this time we should have alt season, too. Meaning all the alternative tokens that you can invest in. Let me go back to that chart. So anyway, that's just what I'm looking at for the crypto market. Let me see if there's anyone you got anything to say. I don't see nothing, no chats, no. What's the chat saying? Rome is stupid. Oh, I didn't even mention Rome last time. Rome's been on the show. We had 37 minutes. Damn, I've been talking for that long? Shit, that's crazy. Let's see here. Bring up this coin market cap. Boom. All right, so last but not least, let's look at some plays here. So if you're in the, like, let's say that you wanted to just put some money in. Like, I'm gonna tell you right now, you're about to get wrecked. You're gonna get wrecked. You're most likely gonna lose your money in this market unless you take profits. Taking profits is the hardest thing to do. It's the hardest thing to do. It's even hard for me, and I've been here forever, and I'm like, can't wait to just hit the sell button. But it's hard. Ooh, look at this Mr. Beast meme coin. I bet that's going to run a little bit for a minute. Let's see here. Bitcoin, ETH, we talked about those two. XRP, a good buy. So if you're someone, I talked to someone before. Look, it's not having a good time right now, though, if you look at it. But look at it. It's just consolidating. So all these moves that's happening right now, if you zoom out, it's really actually consolidating for its next move up, in my opinion. Because it's an American crypto, and American cryptos under this administration are going to be are favorable. Like these are the ones that the Orange Man and his team are going to. They want America to be the digital asset capital of the world. So any American asset is going to be favored, and XRP is one of them. So I highly recommend that one. There's other, all the technology and all the stuff behind it. It's taking on the financial instruments and institutions and whatnot. I'm not interested in all that. I am, but like, that's not the reason why. I know that's not why you're interested in it. You want your bags to pump. And I'm going to just say that, like, that's what y'all are here for. You're here for degenerate activity. You're not here for the tech. And I know that. I get it. Solana, look, we were just talking about So 185. So look, it's just been chopping. Look at it, just chopping. So it had an all-time high back in so 228. It hit close 256 in 2024. Solana had a good 2024, but look, people were buying it, bro, for $13 in 2022. That's why you don't leave this space, man. It's easier said than done, though. It's easier said than done. At this time, people, if I would have asked you to buy Solana, you would have been like, no way, I'm not doing that. I'm like, all right, man. And so now the people, so you got to understand, this is why I say you're going to get wrecked. You got to understand there's people that have been holding from this time at $13. I know some of them. I'm not one of them. I was holding from over here. I was buying at like $100, right? So like when I was buying, and actually I was buying and selling and doing meme coin activity, degenerate activity, and I kept some, and then I've just been stacking that position a little bit. But yeah, I mean, there's people that have been buying down here, so they're going to dump on you. I'm going to dump on you. I'm at least, like all these other influencers, they won't say that, but I will say that I'm going to dump on you. Like, so just shout out to Digital Asset News. He says the same thing. And that's what I'm on. I'm like, yo, I'm going to be real. Like, I was here already, so I'm going to be getting out before you're getting out if you just getting here. I'm just being real. That's the game. Because 5% of you are going to leave with money. The rest of y'all, I don't know. I hope you do. I hope everybody wins. But that's why you follow this platform. I'm going to tell you when I'm leaving. Leave with me. Let's see here. I'm not leaving, you know what I'm saying? But I'm going to take profits. And I'll show you the tool that a couple of things I'm looking at just on this website. I'll make it easy. I'm not going to get into all the metrics. But here's BitTenzer. Dollar cost average. I was telling people dollar cost average. I've been dollar cost averaging this all year long. Dollar cost average, dollar cost average. Why? It's the number one big AI crypto play. That's why. And if I have to tell you why that's a thing, then I don't know what rock you're living under. But AI is here, and this is a decentralized AI platform. It's a decentralized AI network, meaning right now all of the AIs are basically owned by somebody. So that means that they have private interests. That means that they're centralized by somebody. And so that AI is going to act however that centralized entity wants it to act. Just like Bitcoin, which is decentralized, BitTenzer is a decentralized AI network. So its compute power is decentralized to all different kinds of people around the world. It's not just OpenAI buying a whole bunch of processors and things and having their own big old $1 billion facility that just powers all of it. That's not what BitTenzer is. It's decentralized. It's not centralized anywhere. It's the people that power it. And so that's in layman's terms what BitTenzer is. And I definitely am dollar cost averaging this. And if I were to say you want a play that's going to get you 3 to 5x on your money, I would choose that one. Most people would say it's risky. I would say, I don't know. So if I look at AI and big data, it's the number one AI play. So to me, that's just the most obvious. Like, it's only a $3 billion market cap, which is crazy. It's super undervalued right now, in my opinion, based on what's happening in the real world and what that is and what they're aiming to be. I'm not saying it's all speculation right now, but like, I don't know. I'll tell you what's not speculation, though. It's the Base app. So another one I'm bullish on is Base, and that's what Mr. Miggles is. But I'm going to show you Zora. So we're also on Zora. And here's why I'm big on Zora. Ooh, we're up to 74 followers over there. So Zora is basically like an Instagram, but you actually get paid for your social media for a creator. So if you're a creator and you're watching this, like, Zora might be the spot for you. For me, just off of principle. Like, you go over there, you post your stuff. Like, I have a $19,000 market cap for my creator coin, Brick by Bricks creator coin. Basically, we have a meme coin. We have a coin. It's on Zora. Go follow us. Go, like, shit, you can buy some of it. If you think that we're going to keep making content and you think that we're going to be, I'll tell you, I just started this account last week. We had 10 followers. Cool. If you want to put 25 cents into Brick by Brick and buy our creator coin, and potentially it goes up in the bull market, and our creator coin is paired with Zora. So as Zora goes up, you want Zora to go up. you can buy some brick by brick. And guess what? We're paired to Zora. So therefore, if Zora goes up, we're going up. And you're going up. Your money, your 25 cents turns into maybe 50 cents or 75 cents. So I'm just putting y'all on game. Like, I believe that that's how social media should work. Right now, as a creator, you put time into your stuff. So like, I just posted this Brandon Walker video. I posted this one. Oh damn, this one's kind of moving a little bit. $105 market cap for this one. It must be getting watched a lot. No creator earnings though. But how the tokenomics work, I'm still figuring that one out myself. But like, so this particular post right here is a token. This post is a token. No trades yet. It has its own little, charts. We're still super early in this concept. I don't know if Zora is going to be the one that like takes off, but I do know the concept of this to me is, so like if I wanted to be here and add a comment and just give, pay my little ETH, you can also pay in other tokens. I can trade other tokens. I can select a coin that I bought, slam dunk for Spirit. Boom. I can take that one and trade this for this. You know what I'm saying? And maybe I think that this post is going to go viral. If this post goes viral because people are buying it, I win too. So imagine if you had all those likes and all those things, but people paid 25 cents for it. Imagine that. Maybe, what if they paid 10 cents for it? I bet you have more than you do now from that whatever platform you was on. So that's Zora. Zora is also a token. I can show you the token real quick. I'm gonna get out of here though, real quick, because I actually have some work to do. Zora. So let's talk about Zora. So Zora is a token. So that what I just showed you was Zora, the social media app that's on Base, which is Coinbase's layer 2. It's gonna be a Base app that's coming out soon. Base app. And on that Base app, I believe Zora is going to be one of the main social media apps that's featured on it. So before that app comes out, before a Base app comes out, I just think that there's going to be a lot of attention on this token. So that's why I started it over there. That's why I'm just putting y'all on free game. So look at Zora. I remember when Zora dropped. I had an account on Zora at this time, and I didn't understand it though. I didn't understand it, and I'm not expecting y'all to understand it. Because it's breaking your brain of the slave mentality of what social media is as a creator. You post, you spend all this time, and the currency is social currency versus it's social currency versus actual currency. Yes, I love the social currency. That's cool, but you actually have to network and do something with that as well and build community or whatever. With this, it's like, no, that when you double tap, that might be 5 cents in my pocket, in my wallet. And then you can trade it if you want to. You can trade that for something else. Great, cool. But it's a marketplace. Everything is tokenized, and it has value monetarily as well. But right now, that value is going to Meta. That value is going to everyone but the creators, in my opinion. There's pay and all that stuff, but it's minimal. It should be every single thing that someone creates should have an opportunity to earn, in my opinion. And the people who say like that thing and support it, you should be able to make money off of that as well, in my opinion. If you support it, you should be able to invest, have stake in that. And that's what Zora does. So this is the coin that everything is tied to. And so you saw a massive run up right here. I think that it will continue going. It's only at what is it at? It's only at a $971 million market cap. Close to $1 billion. So anyway, like I think this is Zora is going to be a good one. Mr. Miggles, I'm obviously Mr. Miggles. Let's see, how's Miggles doing? So it's been on an uptrend in the last month or so. From August 1st, been in an uptrend. Now we're up above water. We were doing good back here. Had a little rough time there. I'm just riding the waves. I've been holding on for a year. I was back here. I was buying back here. I was buying back there. 1 cent. I was buying 1 cent Miggles. So I'm up. I'm chilling. I'm chilling on Miggles. I think it's gonna go crazy. It's Coinbase cat. Let's see what else. I think that's there's other plays. There's other plays out there that I like. These are just the ones that I'm in. What else? I just bought another one. I just what's it? A0X. So what this is a utility. It's at a $4 million market cap. I'm down on this one for sure because I FOMO'd in. I should have waited. I knew it was coming down to 4. But what this is an AI agent. This actually interests me as a business owner because what you can do is you can train the AI to basically be you pretty much and answer questions the way you would. So if you're like, say, a manager or you're someone who, so Jesse, the creator of Base, one of the creators of Base, is creating his so that he can help devs get onto the Base app. Let me see if I can find it. Jesse, what was it? Jesse, see Base A0X. Let's see if it's Jesse Live or something like that. Jesse Pollock, Jesse XBT Live. This is it. So Jesse, the founder of Base, bring this up here. I wasn't even showing y'all that. I'm sitting here talking about AOX, and I don't even got it on here. So this is what Jesse. So I'm helping builders Base. So if I'm someone trying to get on Base right now, and I have access to basically someone that's like Jesse, the founder, and he's been spending months training this so that it answers like he does, all that kind of stuff. So you have builders have 24/7 high quality support. So if I hit start now, it makes me open Telegram. I'm not trying to do that, but you have a bot that you can go in there and talk to. So that's pretty dope. So this is the bot. You can go, like it took me here. So I can go get in Telegram, start talking to this bot, and it'll go from there. And it's basically Jesse, and I'm getting help on whatever project I'm working on. So that's Zora, or I'm sorry, that's A0X. And that's not even like, it's not even, it's super early. So this is one that's super early. It's degenerate. It's $5 million market cap. If it runs to 20, great. If it runs to 5, great. All I need is 10, I just want a 2x. So $10 million market cap, of course it's going there. That's not, I mean, right now is the time to buy. In my opinion, I think it'll still come down to this level, this last consolidation level. This will be the new low. How much is that? This will be the new low right here. 35, 3, whatever. I think we're there. We're about there. We're touching it. Pause. We're touching it. So I think that in this range right here, if I were to make a range, right there, and then you're going to start to see it bounce. And then hopefully maybe this might be the new resistance level about right here, like in this range. A little bit like $5 million market cap and up, that might be the new resistance level. So that's just how I look at these charts, man. And I'm just looking at them and just saying like, all right, there's some opportunity there. That's a degen play. I wasn't going to buy, but, I think I got a chat here. Maybe. Let me see. Do I? Nope. Thought I did. All right, man. Well, that's what I got. So me and J-Dam's in Disneyland. Shout out to J-Dam and the fam, Teamy, and all the folks. We're going, I'm going to take some time off. I got to take the rest of summer. I got my boys and my family and whatnot. So I'm going to spend some time. And you know what I'm saying? And we're going to be back, man. We're going to be back with some more guests. We're going to be back with some all kinds of stuff. And yeah, shout out to Hova. Shout out to the Laker Lounge. Shout out to Hoop Narrative Podcast. Shout out to Chris Henderson. Shout out to all the people, man. Y'all know who y'all are in my space. The Playback Sports also. That's another play. Playback Sports, man. I believe Playback Sports is going to change the way that we watch sports. I just think that there's so much going on right now, man. And just sitting on the sidelines, now is the time. If you're in social media, now is the time to start streaming, start going live, start doing some different things. We're in an interest graph, not a social graph anymore. And I know Gary Vee, if you follow Gary Vee, he's been saying this. But yeah, man, it's time to evolve. It's time to change. AI, blockchain, new social media, interest graphs, lives, digital communities, playback. Like we're just more engaging, more digitally engaged. And yeah, that's just the way to do it. So anyway, y'all be good. I've been rambling for hella. This is a long ass podcast to just be doing by myself, but nothing I ain't done before. So anyway, y'all be good and hit us up. If you have any questions, hit me up at bricktimes2@gmail.com. bricktimes2@gmail.com. Hit us on X. On X, we're on X, bricktimes2 on X, bricktalk.net, our website. We're on IG, brick by brick. Oh, I didn't even talk about ZekeEnd. Talk about ZekeEnd. This is all you need to know. Jalen Petty is him. Jalen Petty is AI. When I'm looking through and I haven't dropped none of the footage yet, but when I'm looking at the footage, the person that jumps off the screen to me is Jalen Petty. There's tons of hoopers, pro hoopers, everyone that played in the ZekeEnd. Shout out to them. The ZekeEnd was lit. It was shout out to IT. We were glazing the last me and Rashid. We already talked about that. We know how we know how we feel about IT in the town. But yeah, man, Jalen Petty, it didn't matter who was in front of him. He plays with a fear, and I've seen him play before, so I know he gets down. But what I hadn't seen is him against pros. And when I saw him against pros, and he played the same way that he did against the high schoolers, and he was getting to his spots, and he was playing above the rim, and he was playing fearless on both ends of the floor, all I could think of was Allen Iverson at that age. I saw Allen Iverson at that age, and he reminds me of Jalen Petty. And Jalen Petty reminds me of Allen Iverson. And so I'm not saying he's going to be Allen Iverson. I'm saying he has a very good chance, and he's a pro. And his game, though, he's exciting to watch. He's going to Texas Tech. I don't feel like enough people are talking about him from that, like his experience and his what he was doing at that tournament. And man, I'm telling you, bro, Jalen Petty, remember the name. We know here in Washington, of course, and a lot of people know, hoop heads know, but a lot of y'all don't. Jalen Petty's that guy. And there was a lot of other guys there. Obviously, you got Malachi. So I'm going to be telling that story on Brick by Brick too. There's going to be some clips coming out. Oh, I also put up there crossover 22, some random clips. I'm going to throw some random clips up there of that. So, man, ZekeEnd was lit, man. Shout out to the town. Shout out to everyone that we tapped in with. All the shooters and creators that I've met and followed, and everyone that's following on Brick by Brick. Man, we appreciate y'all. I know J-Dam would say the same thing too. And we're just gonna keep this going, man. Brick by brick. That's what we're here for. That's what we're doing. Y'all be good. We're gonna have some time off, and we're gonna come back bigger, better, stronger. More things to talk about. All the things. The market's gonna be going crazy. So yeah, sit on your hands. Do not sell your crypto. Do not sell your crypto. Sit on your hands. We have catalysts coming up. We got the ETFs. We got the regulation bill that's going, the Clarity Act coming up that's going to be passed. We have all kinds of things, so many bullish indicators. The rate cuts coming up. So in September, there's about a 90% chance, 80, 70, I haven't looked today, but we're going to get rate cuts in September, most likely. There's so many bullish indicators. Do not sell your crypto. Sit on your hands, walk away, touch grass, or, you might see ETH running this, we went through that, but sit on your hands. If you don't want to look at the volatility, you want to do it, sit on your hands. Just look back at it later, or dollar cost average. So with that, y'all be good. We're going to be away for a while, but we ain't going to stop dropping content though. We got some content coming on the way. All right. Y'all be good. Peace.